my boys, good morning. This is the max version of my Herald of Agony build. In case you missed it, this is a one button build. You just spin around in your maps and everything dies. I'm close to 100, but if you want to make this build, I need to make some points here that this build can be made on 40 Divine Orbs and it clears tier 17 maps without any problem. So if you want to get started and you don't have currency, you just do the base version and you can do tier 17 maps quite safe. Then we have the Mageblood version, which is pretty much the normal version plus a Mageblood, so the cost is similar. It's 40-50 Divine Orbs plus a Mageblood belt, and now it will be for maxing it. So the people that love this build, because there are quite a lot of them, they will max it. In this version we will apply the Virulence stacks for single target almost instantly, and not only that, we added even more quality of life to the build. This video will have two sections. At the start I will do gameplay footage for new channel visitors so they can see how powerful and lazy is this build, and in the next section we're gonna talk about the upgrades that you can do. I will also do a crafting guide for the boots so you don't overpay. I will show you how to craft these boots yourself without overpaying from the trade website. We need to craft them yourself. This is also knowledge for the future. So enough talking, let's choose a map now and we run a tier 70 map. So we are in Legacy of Phrecia here. We go here, tier 17 because they are harder. I won't run tier 16 maps with this build. It's an excellent tier 17 farmer. So enough talking, here I will do a strongbox strategy that I simply love. We put ambush on the map device and we hit it. This is gameplay showcase. After the showcase I will discuss all the upgrades here. Pretty much you just spin around and everything dies. This is the gameplay. You see I have these curses here, you just use it for hard bosses, hard single target, everything else dies. This is pretty much. Now if you see your life bar like this, is because of Petrified Blood. I explained this to new players. So Petrified Blood divides your life bar in the upper part and the bottom part. It's normal to look like this, but when you're fighting a hard enemy, you should press your life flask so it gets up your life bar. For normal mapping you don't have to worry about it, this is a very tanky build. But just for hard bosses you want to press your life flask so it gets up like this. Yeah? Keep in mind this. So the upper part of the life bar gets affected only by your flasks. And you got to love it. Oh, great build. Now what's new about this build? If you see, we're triggering Consecrated Ground that gives us even more regeneration. We're even applying Frost Bombs. These are automated. So Frost Bombs that will lower the enemy life regeneration. This is especially good for tier 17 bosses that have Maven that heals them. Already we did a shit ton of damage, but it's a quality of life. And we're applying the Virulence stack really fast. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I don't need to spin. Look, everything dies. So I'm doing nothing. I'm just staying AFK and everything dies. Look, I'm not even spinning. I'm just clicking. Look here, I'm clicking the box and everything will die. The poisons get applied very fast without me doing anything. So I just click the box and everything will die. If you notice. Lazy play. There are a couple of things that I need to address in the second part. Yeah. This is a strategy that I've been farming lately. I just love it. I farmed some incredible jackpots. So this is a jackpot farm. Whew. Now what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna open it. We drop it. It's shit. Yeah. So farming divination cards. It's a jackpot farm, and some of them can be really expensive. I'll take this to divines, why not? It's a lazy farm strategy, this one. It feels good. I'm gonna take this. Good times, good times. Okay, this is also great. This can be also good. I try not to pick too many divination cards because my inventory tends to fill up very fast. This is great. You can get a Watcher's Eyes out of this jewel. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I'll just open the Arcanists and Diviners. In tier 17 you get a lot of gold. That's why, especially from boxes. So I'm averaging around 60k, 130k gold in tier 17, which is pretty sexy. Gold everywhere. And you can see you can open them multiple times. Great strategy. Again, we open again. I love this strategy. You have it on my channel if you want to do it. I mostly started farming tier 17 with boxes for the gold because I need for recombining certain stuff in King's March, but this also gives a great profit. You're always on the profit side if you run like 5-10 maps. You will notice this. With the correct idle setup. Yeah, so you need to have a specific idle setup. As you can see, you open them multiple times. This is great value that you can get out of it. Again, we open again. This I will take. You know, I open again. That's why the strategy is so good. Not only that you find a lot of diviner strong boxes, you can open them crazy amount of times. Again, look, the 6th time I open it already, no? Okay. And you also find a lot of diviners.
When I'm ready and not before.
Another one of this. This stack, I'm already on big profit here in this map with what I found here and the cards. But we want to hit the jackpots, you know, there are some really expensive divination cards that will also get duplicated. That's what we're farming. And it will happen if you run this over and over again, you will get those jackpots. Arcanist I will open. This I will open. Yeah. Let's open this and do the boss, and then I will explain the upgrades. Yeah. This was for the new channel visitors that wanted to see the build in action. And don't get panicked about this life bar. This is petrified blood in action. Yeah. Very lazy build. So here you can press your life plus so you're always full versus single target. Yeah, if you also if you notice, I'm applying my Virulence stack very fast with this version. Good. Now let's go back inside the hideout and talk about the upgrades. Good. So if you notice, during the map I applied Consecrated Ground, I applied Frost Bombs that lower the regeneration of the enemies. Yeah. If you notice, I have some rare boots, I no longer use Kaon. Let's check this, we put it here. Yeah, let's get started with the setup from the shield. So the Svanning shield has this last line here, trigger a socketed elemental spell on block with a cooldown, which is small. And this will be Purifying Flame, you use it level 1 and you will apply quality, because it will give you a larger radius. And this will give you Consecrated Ground, which will give you more life regeneration. And by default, as you spin inside the map, you will trigger Purifying Flames that will give you free Consecrated Ground. Here we have in Frost Bombs, we are using level 1, you don't level it up more. The reason for this is that it will cost more mana, so leave it at level 1, you see them. I stopped at level 1, it's important. Then you'll apply quality, and this will reduce the life regeneration rate by 75%. This is especially useful for certain bosses that stay on consecrated ground themselves, or they have Maven healing them all the time. No problem here with this. And I link them to increased area of effect, so the effect, it's large, covers a large radius on the map, so you can spin and still be on the consecrated ground. So this was for the shield. Now, because we are using rare boots here, I moved the setup from the shield inside the boot. So here we have the classic Despair, Tempest Shield, and Petrified Blood. We need to have it like this because when we manually curse with Despair, we're also triggering the Balance of Terror modifier that gives us Wither here. So we have this for inflict Wither for 2 seconds on hit. The other modifier doesn't matter. So I've seen people trying to replicate the exact jewel as me. No, we just have this for Wither on hit when you manually curse with Despair. Good, I want to point out one more thing here, which is regarding the channeling skill from the gloves. So here where we are using the cast-while channeling skill, yeah. So as we spin around, we are triggering the tornadoes and the ball lightning that will apply poisons, was discussed in the build guide. Now, if you use an awakening version, you will trigger them more often. This is pretty much it. So you'll just buy a awaken cast on channeling. And when I don't trade you anything, I'm doing the guide. And you put it here. This is an upgrade. What I need to stress that at level 5 or 6, this one gets, this modifier ignores stuns while using supported skills. So basically you don't need anymore the Unwavering Stance keystone that we have allocated here. Now the problem is that this feels clunky. I try to play with it. Once you stop spinning around, you can get stunned really easy, especially when you're opening strong boxes. It sucks, it feels clunky to play. I just want to mention it out that if you want to free up 2 points here, you can do. You just unallocate these points and you take Awakened level 5 here. That will ignore stun while you play, but it feels clunky. And since we are already in this area, I will take it manually. And pretend this mode doesn't exist. Yeah, so you take. As you notice, I dropped the Kaom boots. So in the normal version, we were using these boots here. So Kaom roots. These were great because we're giving us good life and Wavering Stance, and even action speed cannot be modified, especially useful for the Citadel tier 17 boss, because it will lower your action speed with these bots, no problem there. Also can have good corruptions like spell suppression, 1 maximum endurance charge, so this is for the normal version. But I drop it, and because of this we need to take manually the Unwavering Stance. So this max version you will do it after you get your Mageblood and you are at least level 97. Yeah. Here I will push for level 100, but at least level 97, and you will allocate this manually. Now I will show you how to craft these boots, which the most important modifier is this one, unaffected by poison. Basically we want to get poisoned, and we can get poisoned really easy with this jewel here. Man, where I put it? Here, with the golden rule. Let me put it here maybe for this to have everything in one place. Yeah. So with the golden rule, we will get self-poisoned, but we don't take any damage from that poison because we have this modifier on our boot, unaffected by poison. Now there is a slight problem here. This is an elevated modifier, so we need to elevate it ourselves, and I will teach you how to elevate this modifier and how to craft a boot such as this. Now, the probability to get movement speed on these boots is pretty hard because both of these modifiers are prefixes, and movement speed is also a prefix. So getting life or movement speed is hard on this, but we don't care since we have a Mageblood here that we move very fast. And also to compensate the lack of life, I decided to go with 1 maximum endurance charges. This will make us more tankier. Enough talking, let's get started. Okay, my boys, we want some armor-based boots. So the best ones are this one at the top. You can buy Leviathan, Brimstone, Precursor, Titan, Val, even Goliath. These are good bases. So if these ones are too expensive, you can lower and look for the other bases. So first one, let's go with Leviathan Greaves. You don't want to overpay. If these ones are too expensive after I make this video, you buy the next ones. And you might write here Hunter, so it has a Hunter influence. It's important. Now for the item level, you want something decent, like 81. You don't want to buy it with low item level. That's all that you know. You take a Hunter influence armor-based boots. If this is too expensive, you buy Brimstone or Precursor Greaves or Titan. They are fine. All of them are fine with Hunter influence. And we buy it. This is the first step. Now we need a second component. So we need 2 pair of boots. One with Hunter influence. The second one will be for the maximum endurance charge. And you will do like this. You refresh the trade website. You put here boots. Yeah. Make sure it's not corrupted. And you put here maximum endurance charges. This will be with Warlord influence. 1 second. See, like this. You can also get the modifiers yourself. So let's try like this. Okay, I will also show you how to get your modifiers yourself. Let's do it like this, the cheap way. Let's put Warlord. Yes, Warlord influence for the boots. Here you also want item level 75 minimum, so it can trigger the modifier. And we can roll it ourselves for the modifier with Chaos Orbs. So this is the first step. You want an armor-based boots with Hunter influence, doesn't matter the modifiers. And here you want a Warlord boots, doesn't matter the base, can be anything, because we will destroy this base with Warlord influence. Now what you're gonna do here? We need to elevate unaffected by desecrated ground to become unaffected by poison. So I will do my best to explain to new Path of Exile players. Elevating modifiers is something more complex in this game. We will use an Orb of Dominance. So I need to explain to new players, which will suck. Okay, we go to the fortification station, and here you want to put Reforge Chaos. This is the easiest way to get unaffected by desecrated ground, which we need to elevate with Orb of Dominance into unaffected by poison. Now it gets tricky. So the first step what you do here, you put Reforge Chaos until you get unaffected by desecrated ground. We got it. Now, there is a problem. In order to elevate a modifier, this boots needs to have two special hunter modifiers. As you can see, this has just one special hunter modifier. Even if I'm gonna put the Orb of Dominance, it will not let me, because doesn't have. So you keep rolling until the boots have two special hunter modifiers, one of them being unaffected by desecrating ground. So here I will keep spamming. Look, this one. Here we have two hunter special modifiers. One of it poison you inflict, deal damage faster, and unaffected by desecrating ground. You will think that the drama is over. No, it's not over, because once you apply the Orb of Dominance, it has 50% chance to pick Aether unaffected by desecrating to elevate it into the modifier that we need, unaffected by poison, and 50% chance to pick the poisons you inflict, deal damage faster, which sucks. So you will need to apply this orb and pray that it picks the unaffected by desecrated ground. And of course, for this video, it picked the wrong one, so it's 50-50 to pick the right one. You'll go back here and you will Reforge Chaos until you get two special hunter modifiers. Another one. You see, I have here unaffected by desecrated ground and ignites deal damage faster, which is a special hunter modifier. I will apply this and has 50% chance to pick the right one. And I got it. Now I got the unaffected by poison. This was the hard part. Yeah? This orb, it should be under 2 Divinos. It's 1 Divino, but it's great. Mwah, perfection. Good that it's cheap in this league. And now for these boats, we will need to find the endurance charge. Now, you can buy directly from the trade website, let's be clear. But you can also, if after this video will be expensive, you can trigger it yourself. Basically, you will click with this until you get the maximum endurance charge modifier. It will take some time, but you will eventually get it. This is the cheapest way that you can do it. The other way to do it, you can just buy it from the trade website. Doesn't matter the boot base, you just put here maximum endurance charge and you make sure that it's for explicit and you can buy it right away. You buy it right away, let's buy it. And you need to make sure that it's the only special modifier from Warlord. Yeah, this can be confusing for new players. So you look here, the only special modifier, it's this one. It's important, even. Here, this is the only special influence modifier, and you buy it. Yeah, so I'm doing my best to explain to fresh Path of Exile players this method. So pay close attention to what I say. And we're almost done. Now, the craft is guaranteed, because we all care about it's unaffected by poison and maximum endurance charge. What you need to do now, it's the last component, which is an Awakener's Orb. Let's see if I have it, no? So this craft will be around 10-12 Divinos, depending on your luck. With the elevation, you buy an Awakener's Sword. It's 7 Divinos at the moment. Oh, it's 6, even better. Yeah, so the last part of the craft, you will click on these boots, that they will get destroyed in the process. And then you click on the ones that have unaffected by poison. And now you crafted the boots. As you can see, this was a lucky craft actually, because we can craft life or movement speed. It will happen. Most of the times you will have all the prefixes blocked, but in this scenario it was very happy. I can put, actually I can put movement speed. Yeah, I can get it like this. Yeah, or if you want, you can put life. If you have an open prefix, which I have in this happy scenario, you can craft life, but I suggest not going with life because it's not that much. Here you want to put movement speed if you have an open prefix. So I like this one. Yeah. See, with a good roll. Okay, I will leave it like this. And if you have one open suffix, which I have, you can try your luck with an exalted orb. So you won't have 3 modifiers. Let's click it. Oh shit! We don't want chance to avoid being poisoned. We want to get poisoned. It just ruined my craft. It just ruined my craft here. This modifier ruins our build. Let me see what we can do in this scenario. So sadly, I was very unlucky and I got a chance to avoid being poisoned, which of course ruins my video here, but let's see what we can do. I will craft a new boots. I'll craft new boots. So we want to get poisoned and the chance to avoid being poisoned ruined my craft here. Let's try to annul it. Okay, so I tried to annul it, I destroyed the boots, it ruined my video. Let's do it again, maybe you understand it better. Okay. So that was very unlikely to happen, but of course when I do the video, it always happens. So let's take the base. Via Tan Greaves, you make sure that it has Hunter influence. It has Hunter influence. Then you want to take a high item level. Don't take it low item level. You don't want it corrupted. You corrupt it no. And you buy the base. This is the first step here. I will overpay just someone to answer. Sometimes you will whisper and nobody answers on the trade website. It's annoying. That's why I'm whispering multiple guys. I don't want to make this video too long. Now I could roll here for the maximum endurance charges, you know, for 10 minutes. But to make this video shorter, I will just buy it. I explain how you do it. You put here boots. You put here maximum endurance charges. This will be Warlord if it's for the explicit. You make sure it's item level. Doesn't matter item level here because it has the modifiers already. So it will, the correct item level will be. Make sure that it's the only special Warlord modifier. So here, for example, has this one. It's also a special because once you put the Awakener's Orb, it has a chance to pick one of them, and it can pick the wrong one, which you don't want. Yeah. Most of the players know this crafting method, but I try to explain for fresh Path of Exile players that don't know these orbs, how they work. That's why I'm doing my best to explain to them. You see, it's the only modifier from Warlord, which is the endurance charge. This is what you want to see. You don't want to see any other special modifier. Yeah? So the first step, after you got your boots, you go here, you put the ones from Hunter Influence, you put Reforged Chaos, until you get that thing, Desecrated Ground, alongside the special modifier. Here is the only one, you keep rolling. You will get it pretty fast because we put Reforged Chaos. Okay, we elevated this thing, we have the unaffected by poison modifier here. And now we have this endurance charge. Now the craft is pretty much done. You will buy an Awakener's Orb. Buy an Awakener's Orb, and the craft is pretty much guaranteed. It will merge these two modifiers. Okay, so you put here, these boots will get destroyed, and will get migrated the modifier +1 maximum endurance charges onto these boots. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, so here all the slots were filled, so I cannot craft anything at the bench. No problem, we still have unaffected by poison, and we have the maximum endurance charge. You will use this here. That's pretty much the craft. Remember to put here some quality. Yeah. So it has more armor. You soak it here and you put Despair, Tempest Shield, Petrified Blood. This is how we craft the boots. And remember that it's important to take this one, the golden rule. I will provide a POB in the description of this video so you can see what I did here. This is essential. So you need to take manually an unwavering stance because we drop the common boots and we will take the golden rule. Yeah, because this has synergy with unaffected by poison. So now we will apply the max virulence stack very fast on single targets that move around. This is it. So I will also put it on the guild Discord server. You'll have here the max version and you have a dedicated channel here for the build. Yeah, where you can ask questions or if you have problems. Enjoy the rest of the day and good luck.